Boston Celtics in the backcourt. Marcus Smart getting the start with Gordon Hayward out with an ankle injury. He joins Walker in the backcourt along with Brown, Tatum, and Theis on the front line. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, no changes to their starting lineup. Of course, still without Ben Simmons. It's Milton and Richardson in the backcourt. Harris, Horford, and Embiid up front as we go courtside to Malika.
Mark, Brett Brown said before the game that he cannot afford to look at this as potentially the game where they go home. Instead, he needs to see it as an individual game where they can build and make adjustments off of game 3. And he says he wants to go out and win this game, not with the intention potentially of just winning and avoiding a sweep. They want to win to make this series interesting. There is a whole lot on the line here for him. Let's see how this goes, Mark.
It sounds like he's trying to keep his team in the moment. Get this one and move ahead if possible. Underway, and the 76ers control. Joel Embiid has gotten off to some very quick. Shake Milton off to a good start in this game at the offensive end, and looking for his clearly. In transition, here come the Celtics. Kemba with the pull-up three, got it. Smart, now they switch Kemba onto him. Cantor in that drop coverage, and that's a good sign for the 76ers and individually for Tobias Harris. Tatum hasn't attempted a shot yet. Nice hesitation move and finishing with the left hand. Two of them are very close. Richardson had it blocked by Tatum, doing it at the defensive end. Horford there to clean it up.
He is significantly improved on the defensive end of the floor.
And his growth has been tremendous for the Celtics. Boy, Kemba Walker is feeling really comfortable right now. And Dorsey, you have to give credit to the Celtics athletic training staff for resting him appropriately. And he has looked very explosive and as quick as he has been in a long time.
They ramped him up slowly down here in Orlando, didn't they? He arrived with some knee soreness, so you back off immediately, get the body right first.
He's got 7 points in the game. Whistle foul. That's going to go against Cantor, sending Embiid to the free throw line.
Be him right now.
Cross-court pass to Smart. Marcus Smart from deep, and he drills it.
That's shooting in this series. Tatum trying to get his advantage on the post. Look at what Jason Richardson does. Allows Embiid time to come over in defensive help, but make no mistake, that number 0 had everything to do with that turnover. Because I swear, watching the Celtics try to defensive rebound, great play.
Good fake by Tatum inside. Great passing by the Celtics. Richardson double teamed, then Embiid steps out. Little two-man game, pick and roll, and Embiid gets one to go. Good basketball offensively. He's got 5.
A lot of the way down through this first quarter with Theis sitting on the bench, and you're still
here. Horford against Grant Williams on the block, now pushed out a little bit. Horford puts his head down and gets the follow to go. Tobias Harris has 5 points. Great crossover. Oh, he dropped Langford with the sauce and will go to the free throw line. No double team coming. Single coverage. Embiid makes them pay.
You've already absorbed multiple 30-point games from Joel and still come out the victor.
Nice backdoor cut by Kemba Walker. Jaylen Brown kicks it out to Theis, who's been taking many more threes, and he's becoming much more proficient at it. Theis with his first field goal right there. And the lead is down to 1. Horford against Ojale. Horford settling for the mid-range jump shot, and he knocks it down. That's a small Celtic lineup on the floor right now. Kemba Walker playing big. Brett Brown, incensed, calls a timeout.
A moment where the Sixers, this game may be in jeopardy. Do they want to stick around in Orlando, or do they want to go home and see their family? The quick timeout game.
Brett Brown had to get everybody on the same page after that. Burks with a nice turnaround over Kemba Walker. Daniel Theis says he knocks down another 3, his second. Embiid just watched him, didn't get out on him that time. Up now like football players, but it's rough out there.
Oh, man, that's 7 foot 250 you're running into. Good luck.
In this, the 15th playoff series, best of 7 between the Sixers and the Celtics. There has never been a sweep between them.
They're attacking.
Walker.
They're just attacking.
Walker.
Well, our great Jackie McMullen wrote a piece for ESPN.com the other day in which she mentioned that Kemba Walker said that he is just the
in agitating the opponent.
Just setting the screen, and Horford plows right through him.
All over the four walls of the facility, and they know what he's doing. That time, Shemi Ojeleye got blown by Alec Burks this year.
Yeah, his numbers in the seeding games are tremendous. Been a little bit tougher once the playoff series started, but that's two good.
Hit that dagger step back jumper to pretty much put the game on ice for Boston. Smart inside, gets the layup to go. Wanamaker, in terms of attempts, Shake Milton got it. Tice out by the three-point line, gets it to Tatum. Tatum around the screen, slaloming inside, took his time for the layup. Wow. Jaylen Brown working against Tobias Harris. The elbow pull-up is good.
Can play the one, obviously.
Hurts with a three. Butter. Yeah, this is the aftermath of it. And he couldn't wait to let Eric Lewis hear his opinion.
Do that to disrupt a little rhythm, Mark.
And when you go as deep in your bench as Brad Stevens does and has, makes it easier to do that. Man, you talk about bully ball. Al Horford put his left arm down and said, he's too little.
He put his arm down like he can't guard me.
Too little. And a foul on the plays. Jaylen Brown goes to the free throw.
I guess when you score 8 points in a game, you can have this kind of reaction. But to this point, it's been a struggle. But whatever you got to do to motivate yourself, big, strong, tough move. And again, he's taking advantage of matchups at the 5. That's the motion we're talking about right there.
Possessions. Little catch and shoot three. Tobias Harris is pure. That's 12 points. His dad, Terrell, his representation. Kemba took Embiid's ankles away, left him on the court. 76ers doing a good job in the scramble defensively. Josh Richardson making it tough on Tatum. Boy, Tatum and Josh Richardson battling down there. Jaylen Brown with the foul line pull-up. Butter got it. 9.1 to go. Shake Milton with a head of steam. Embiid, three on the way. Batted away.
That switch.
Alec Burks staring down Jaylen Brown. Nice little in and out move off glass and got a fortuitous bounce.
Daniel Tice is often the biggest guy on the floor at 6'8". Almost 94% of their points have come from guys 6'7" or smaller. Like ultimately,
teams are really heading in that direction. They have these versatile four men. You use guys like Gordon Hayward, Jaylen Brown.
Hey, Paul. I'm sorry, going to have to interrupt you for a minute. It looks like we have a serious injury because they're holding up the fist, which is a medical sign for trauma. We're going to have to take a look at what's happened here to Tobias Harris, who is laying down on the court for the Philadelphia 76ers. They have called for some immediate critical assistance of Tobias Harris.
Oh, no.
Grateful sign that Tobias Harris is up and walking off the court under his own power. Because a moment ago, he was upended on this play when Jason Tatum drive. Watch his legs. He got clipped and his head slammed onto the court. And there was blood in the ensuing moments on the court. His blood. The medical attendants came in and took care of him, but grateful that he's able to walk off the court under his own power. And we saw the universal sign from athletic training staffs. The fist in the air means this is somewhat serious. There's some trauma involved, and thus the subsequent action by the medical training staff. So Tobias Harris now in the bowels of the building, heading to the locker room. The thing that Philadelphia might miss down here in the stretch of the third quarter is Tobias Harris's presence on the court. In a very intangible way, he is their leader in many senses.
Boy, genuinely cares for his guys.
Wanamaker got his body between Embiid and his and got the layup. And the Celtics now with their largest lead of the ball game at 7. Tatum. Tough step back. Butter.
To guard on the perimeter.
Deep three from Tatum. Yes! JT Money!
The first 3 games were a monumental struggle, shooting the ball, trying to be efficient. He was taking all the right shots prior to today, but down the stretch of that third quarter, they went scoreless. He checks out. They go scoreless the final 3:14.
Tatum, Jaylen Brown takes it into the paint, rises up, and one!
In the absence of Tobias Harris, like just a simple straight line drive. This is where Shake's got to be better. I mean, Shake invited the drive to the middle of the floor. You got to be squared up defensively.
Here's Wanamaker in transition, blocked by Embiid. Tatum, another 3. Man, he's finding his way.
Philadelphia 76ers and the Celtics having everything to do with that. Really something special. Started an all-star. I heard Stan Van Gundy say he thought he was a legit defensive player of the year candidate. I had him first team all defense. I did not have him top 3. But I'll tell you this, I mean...
Ben Simmons not here now. Embiid is with the step back mid-range. Was shaken up. His head hit the court hard on the landing. And he collided with Jason Tatum. Neto had it blocked by Tatum. Slapped and packed against the glass.
It was a careless turnover in the half court. He tries to cross the body. Jason Tatum says, no, sir.
Boy, that's an emphatic play by Neto. And look who's back on the floor. Tobias Harris. After landing face first, literally, folks. I'm not trying to be trite. He landed face first on the court. You see the bandage over his eye, covering up the laceration. Tice. Staggered screen for Marcus Smart. Up top, Tice finishing high.
Love the toughness and the grit here. What were we saying pregame? This guy's a pro.
Yeah, that says everything about Tobias Harris. You see, looks like he got stitched up. He's got some sutures in there. Embiid on the post-up in traffic, finishes. 12-point lead. 10 on the shot clock. The lob. Tatum snuck back door, and somebody hit the snooze bar defensively. Embiid is going to try and walk it down all the way from the wing. He spins baseline, almost walked with it, and got to the bucket.
8 free throws.
Kemba Walker inside. Takes it out to the three-point line. A little bit of sauce on Burks. And blocked on the shot attempt. 3 points, 8 rebounds. Richardson through the traffic. Had it blocked. Burks had it blocked. The shot clock down to 3.1. And they throw it over Embiid's head. They turn it over on the inbound. Tatum with the finger roll. As Harris, he hasn't scored since suffering that injury that forced him to miss the game. And
Brett may end up being the scapegoat, but this is one hell of a high-character man who endured a lot of losing as they went through the process.
Investment in Horford in particular for this 76er team. Here's Harris on the baseline, rattles it in. I would guess that as Richardson makes the 3, and that they won't look the same next year in a telling way. And you talked about the star players. Joel Embiid fouled by Tice there.
I want
his
more.
Comportment, his disposition, his fitness. 5-point game. Tobias Harris pressuring the ball, and Shake Milton. I'll be right back. Walker with 31. Embiid off the inbound. Will launch the last shot of the season from downtown and connect.